Speaking of a long-lasting thing, long-running thing, concluding. Actually, Yandere Sim is not concluding, so there's no parallel whatsoever. Gino Samuel has completed from the People's Republic of China, part 85 of the Chris Chan documentary, which ends the season. I believe he's done. He doesn't want to do anymore. Maybe he'll do more in the future, but he considers this like the stopping point. And this is the episode that Chris has sex with his mom. And there's some interesting stuff. He did a good job with like Bella and like the Discord drama shit and how that leaked out and how people identified Bella and what happened after Bella and so on and so forth. He did a good job with that. I think that what he fucked up was the actual timeline of how of like the story. And I've reached out to him because he has a forum account. And I've reached out to him in the past and I'm like, dude, if you have any questions, you can just ask. But he refuses to do that. Like he just uses the quickie or in the forum and just kind of like fills in the gaps himself. But he completely fucks up like the timeline of Chris did this, I say this, Chris did this, we talked to each other. Like I could have helped him because that weekend of like Chris, it came out that Chris fucked his mom, and then I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do because I don't know if it's like what the context is or if it's real or if it's like a relationship or and that she's into that she maybe she started it because they had a like there's a lot of shit there, and then he decides to clip Mad at the Internet, and there's a video I've done. It's not me, but it's like a 30-minute long explanation of the whole ordeal in chronological order with all the signal messages. And he doesn't clip that and show parts of that. He instead clips like a joke I make where it just says like, I'm sure Gina will show this in part 286 or whatever the fuck of his documentary. And like instead of clipping like the content, he clips the part that's like self-referential. And I really didn't like that because it's like, was it more important for you to get the part where I acknowledge the documentary than it was for you to get the timeline of the events correct? Um, but you know, aside from that, it was very good. I'm just a little disappointed because it it was kind of like a movie in terms of like how the bomb drops and then you're like left trying to figure out what the fuck to do, and then the conclusion of it. Like that weekend was very it was full of very complicated questions that had to be answered diligently, and I feel like I handled it the absolute best I possibly could have. I really lucked out with how I handled the Chris shit, and it kind of upsets me that he didn't ask to confirm that things were ordered correctly. It's not even like a conceit thing where it's like I feel like I deserved more credit or something. It's just like the information is there. It's just not slotted in correctly, and it would have been an easy fix, even like as a last second fix, if he had asked. But such is life. Other than that, I'm very happy. Um, I'm happy that the Chris shit is over and now it can be basically ignored. Like this is the only stuff that comes out about Chris now is that Chris tried to book a convention at the Bay Area BronyCon, which is in San Francisco, and they told him to fuck off. And then not only did they tell him to fuck off, they framed his emails replying to him at, like angry that he was told to fuck off and are hanging that I guess in their room, which is a bit weird. But whatever, they're bronies, I guess. They can get away with that. But that's it. This was kind of like a nice little Chris update that wasn't incest related or like idea guy related. So